I just like, for me, like the context of what are the major events that millennials had to go through versus what are the major events that boomers had to go through? Like, what are these big things?
Well, I think that's part of the challenge in the article. And I don't want to get too deep into this before we start talking about maybe some of the categories. But I mean, depending on when you entered the workforce, we just mentioned 2020. That wasn't the most ideal time to be graduating college, if you recall.
So millennials, to Kristen's point, Damien, COVID, COVID
Yeah.
being a big factor for millennials here. And then, of course, Kristen's point, the Great Recession on top of that. Boomers didn't necessarily, though, have it easy when they were doing this either, though, Dame.
No, they and you often hear this as, well, the inflation, the inflation. Well, yeah, it was serious. They had double-digit inflation. Mortgage rates were like as high as 18% in some cases. I mean, you thought housing was expensive now or is expensive now. Try facing 18% mortgage rates.
Yeah, I think what's interesting about that is we had temporary inflation spikes over the last few years. They were sort of an intermittent, and then we get upset when they tip above 4% across the board, and there's Fed action. Then we're talking double-digit inflation for a prolonged period of time, and then the mortgage rates are insane. 18% is 3x what mortgage rates are today. I don't know if we will do this later in the show, but we'll buy ourselves some time and we'll give you the purchase of a home based on those interest rates, just so you can contextualize what 18% is. So those are sort of the warts of the millennials, warts of the boomers. Chris and everyone struggled. They're just how they struggled. They're just different ways.